Hello and welcome to practically everybody's favorite city, San Francisco. I'm Doug Llewellyn, and as you may know, this area has long been considered the promised land. It was the lure of gold that brought the adventurous here back in the mid-1800s, and many of them found a motherlode of economic opportunity. Well, for the Bay Area of today, it is still much the same. Just consider Silicon Valley, home of the greatest legal creation of wealth at one place at one time in the history of the planet. Any way you look at it, when it comes to business, San Francisco is great. Well, we're about to explore this area, to meet with many of its business leaders, executives, entrepreneurs, and visionaries whose ideas, products, and services are having such a huge impact on the whole world. So, come along with us now as we explore the area around this great golden city by the bay, San Francisco.
Welcome to a special edition of Global Business Trends. I'm Jim Lang, and thank you for joining us.
And I'm Bella Shaw. We are examining some of the latest examples of how new technology and innovative ideas are changing the world around us as we move through the new millennium.
And on this edition, we'll be focusing on one very uniquely qualified company that we think has set the global business trends standard.
You would be amazed at the number of people who are retiring so much earlier in life these days. I'm talking about late 40s and early 50s. These are people who have worked for major companies, gotten a huge lump sum payout from their pension plan, and all of a sudden are footloose and fancy-free with a big fat bank account. And that is where the problems can occur. Because most people are simply not financially savvy enough to know how to deal with these funds so they can live comfortably the rest of their life. And that is when they need the services of a company like this, the Del Monte Group in Danville, which specializes in retirement planning. The director of the Del Monte Group is Richard Del Monte.
We help people to get and stay retired.
Now, who are these kind of people that we're talking about?
These are people primarily that are working for large companies, and they're retiring typically at a pretty young age, 50 to 55 years old. And suddenly they're coming into a huge pot of money that they've never had to deal with before, and they have really little to no idea what to do with it. And so they're looking for some help.
So how do you go about helping them?
Well, we typically will help them explain how their benefit plans work, how their pensions work, how the 401k plan maybe they have at their job works, and help them to fine-tune the benefits and maybe to maximize their benefits when they retire.
Do you find that most of these people really have much of an understanding of all of this?
No, we find that most people are really relying on rumors that they've heard from other coworkers or misinformation, a lot of different things, but they're typically pretty far from what the reality is.
And when they come in to seek your help, what actually happens at that time?
We'll sit down and we'll take a snapshot of where they're at, what they're doing, what kind of money they've been able to save in their 401k plan, what their pension looks like when they retire. Some of them will get a cash out from their pension plan, others will just get a monthly income from their pensions. And we figure out what they're going to be able to get, how much, if they retire now or whatever their date is, how much they'll be able to get per month, or with their investments or their pension, and find out if that's going to be enough for them. If not, maybe they have to work a little longer or save a little harder or invest a little at a higher rate of return, or whatever we need to do to get it fine-tuned so they can do what they have to do.
But in effect, you counsel them and you actually invest the funds for them, right?
Right. Once they get retired, they will typically get the money from their company and roll it over to an IRA in most cases, and at that point we'll invest the money for them.
Do you think most people are actually qualified to do this themselves if they wanted to?
I would say most people cannot, although some of them think they can. There's a small portion of the public that can do it, that really have the inclination, but it involves watching your money every single day, practically every moment of the day. And for most people, they want to retire and just enjoy themselves. They don't want to be watching their money all the time. So in most cases, people are better off having someone help them with their, hired advisor to help them.
Some pointers on how to plan for a comfortable retirement from the experts here at the Del Monte Group in Danville.
And that was a look at the operation of a company that we singled out as being instrumental to the business trends of this city.
There's been so much interest in this business since we first aired that profile that we wanted to give you an even closer look at what it brings to the global marketplace.
Because this subject of retirement is something that concerns everybody, and there is a lot more to it than most of us realize, we've decided to extend our visit here at the Del Monte Group and continue our conversation with the director of the company, Richard Del Monte. And we began by asking him to give us a little bit of background and history on this company, the Del Monte Group.
Well, I started the company by myself as a sole proprietor 15 years ago, well, in 1985. And then I teamed up with my wife, who I met working, and that was about 11 years ago. And then ever since then, we've been adding more and more staff and more advisors, and we're up to about 6 or 7 staff members now and still growing.
Ingrid Del Monte is a financial advisor with the firm. Ingrid, explain to me the kind of relationship you as an advisor have with your clients.
Well, that's a difficult thing to kind of categorize. Financial advising really is supposed to be focused in on financials, money, how much people earn, how much they want to put away. But it tends to extend into other areas, what their family is doing, what they want their children to do, what their hopes are, what their fears are. So there's a lot of different aspects that you need to think about when covering financial advising.
The key is that the clients trust us, and they feel like we're looking out for them and we're looking out for their best interests instead of our own. Once you have that kind of a relationship, you just don't want to lose that. And so, I mean, you know, the clients will just become, I mean, probably in my entire career, I probably still have 97% of the clients we've ever gotten.
Ashley Boyd is a financial advisor with the firm. Ashley, how important is the customer service aspect?
The customer service is the #1 issue with us. Our primary goal is to make people feel as comfortable as possible when they go to retire. We want to handle all aspects of their retirement, any questions that they have, problems that they face. We want to be the ones that they come to. We want to handle them, their problems for them, and make sure that they have no worries or no problems when they come to retire, and that it's as smooth as possible for them.
Jeff Gurnett is the administrator with the firm. And Jeff, talk to me about the client services that you give clients after they've joined the firm, so to speak.
Well, we feel like clients continually need reassurance, and continually we try to build their faith in us, not just from the initial appointment, but through the time that we invest their money. It seems like it's always a continually proving process to the client to let them know that we appreciate their business, that they are the reason for our existence. And we do things such as client events, client dinners, things like salmon fishing trips, cooking classes, dancing classes, things that the client might not normally take the time to do, just to prove to the clients how special they are to us.
In a prior life, I worked for a corporation, a big corporation, for about 12 years, and kind of a middle-level manager job, and you're kind of a wheel in the cog, or a cog in the wheel, I should say. And now you're actually, you can see the benefits of people. They're able to retire, have a good life, go out and go on vacations and travel and buy their kids things, transfer money to their kids, make gifts to them, you know, and you know that it's because of your help that they're able to do that. It's really a marvelous feeling.
And so there you are, some inside information on the subject of retirement from the experts here at the Del Monte Group. I'm Doug Llewellyn reporting from Danville, California.
And that'll do it for this special edition of Global Business Trends, the program that shows our viewers how businesses and industries function.
And how technology is rapidly changing and creating many new business opportunities. On behalf of our entire staff, I'm Jim Lang.
And I'm Bella Shaw. Thank you so much for watching.